Hey guys, this is Billy GG coming at you with another mouse comparison video. Today we're going to be going over the Logitech G Pro Superlight, the DeathAdder V3 Pro. You know what I'm saying, the Battle of Titans. And man, I'm really trying to grow this channel, so if you would, please like, sub, comment, ring the bell, and let me know what kind of mouse reviews y'all want to see, old or new. Same thing with comparisons, guys. So let's get into it. We're going to start off with the G Pro Superlight. So the G Pro Superlight is a older mouse. I wouldn't say older mouse, but it came out about 2 years ago, maybe a little over 2 years. It's packing a lot of punch, man. When it first came out, it was probably the best wireless mouse for its time. I mean, it was lightweight. I mean, there were a few other wireless gaming mouses, but most of them were really heavy. So this one came out, it was sub 63 grams, no RGB, great sensor, 25K DPI. You got your Omron 20Ms right here. You do have these side buttons, which I'm not a big fan of. To me, I find them a little mushy. You also have these big slides, or skates as you'd call them. And they are fine if you do not game a whole lot. But if you're going to put hours and hours and hours and days and days and days on this mouse, you will want to replace these with like glass skates or Tiger Ices or something like that. So coming straight out of the box, this is a very safe shape. You can pretty much find any hand size could get a grip on this mouse and probably enjoy it and like it. But it's not really an in-game shape. It's not a defined shape. And Logitech was trying to have a one-all, do-all, just like they did with the G Pro, just made it lighter, you know, fixed the double-clicking issue, as I've never had a double-click with this mouse. And so this is just very shape. It's not really a divine shape, you know, like the DeathAdder or the in-game gear or Pulsar X-Lite or something like that. But in my opinion, I feel like now, I think it's sitting around 130, 140 for the white and 160 for the pink. It's not worth the money anymore. I feel like there's so many better options that you can get now that Logitech really needs to revise this mouse. You know, a lot of people are buying it, replacing the skates, that's 20, replacing the buttons, that's another, I guess, like $20, $25 to get the buttons after shipping. And they're putting kill 8.0s in the mouse. And it's really sad that you pay $150 for a mouse and have to change things on it if you're going to put extensive use on it. I feel like they should have already revised it, come out with a newer one with better switches. Why in the world that Logitech hasn't came out with their own optical switches is beyond me. I mean, SteelSeries has them, Roccat has them, and of course Razer has them. And those companies, I don't think, maybe Razer is bigger than Logitech, but Logitech has a grip in the business world as well. And it's like they have probably more technology to develop optical switches, and they just choose not to. So it's like they're trying to make you settle for switches and stuff that's been out for so long for the same price of $150. And I just feel like this mouse should only be like $100. In my opinion. That being said, the sensor performance in this mouse is very fantastic, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I just feel like if you buy a $150 mouse, you shouldn't have to change things on it to make it amazing. So let's pick up the DeathAdder V3 here. So the shape's different. It's more of an EC2. It's a little raised. But it's a fantastic mouse. I feel like almost anybody could use this mouse. It's not as big as the DeathAdder V3, but it is a big boy. But if you're small hands like the palm, this would be a perfect mouse for you. This is my main mouse. Of course, you have the V3 optical switches right here. They feel amazing. They're great. Great scroll wheel. Flip it over. Got great slides. No need to replace them. Got 30K DPI sensor. Your on and off switch. That's the only thing I like better about the G Pro Logitech Superlight than I do about this is the flip switch versus this one where you have to hold it 3 seconds to turn it on and off. But, you know, both mouses are rocking no RGB. I do prefer the coating on this mouse versus the G Pro Superlight. If I did use the G Pro Superlight as my daily mouse, I would have to get some like Lethal Gaming Gear grips or something for it. I feel like it's very slippery. It holds a lot of fingerprints. If I were you, I would definitely get the white copy of the Superlight versus the darker black copy or dark gray copy. But for me, with the side buttons, which feel a lot better, the V3 optical switches, and everything, I just feel like if you could get used to this mouse, or if you like a smaller mouse, the Viper V2 Pro, which I did a comparison on before, I feel like it's better for the money. You're paying $150, grab it out the box. Razer has great wireless tech, as everybody knows, probably #1 in the game. You get their hyperpolar rate dongle, you can buy that for 30 bucks, or a bundle with their mouses for the V2 Pro or the DeathAdder V3 Pro for 164, and you can get up to 4,000 hertz. So I just feel like this is a lot more bang for the buck. This is a mouse, which it should be at 150, just like the Viper V2 Pro. You pull it out the box, you don't have to change anything on it. You just have to find your right grip with it and play with it. And I just feel like at that point, I mean, this is the best ergo. I'm going to do comparison between this, the Model D, and the Pulsar X-Lite in the near future. But I just feel like if you're going to look at these two mice and say you have big hands like me, I got 21 by 11. If you have big hands like me, unless you like a really small mouse, I would definitely go with the Viper V2 Pro. I mean, the Death Adder V2 Pro or V3 Pro. And before I'd use this mouse, I would also try out, if you have smaller hands or like a smaller mouse, the Viper V2 Pro. And I would even try the Glorious Model O Pro or the Glorious Model O Wireless. I just feel like those are better for the buck versus the Logitech G Pro, where you buy it for $150 after tax, and then you have to sink another $40-$50 in it to get it good. So, or not get it good, but get it to the pro standard. So, with that being said, man, that does it all for this video. Remember, I love you, but God loves you more, guys. And just God bless y'all, man. And I hope y'all have a fantastic day. And remember, just please like, sub, comment. I reply to all my comments, and just let me know what kind of mice y'all want to see next, or what kind of comparisons y'all want to see me next, man. All right, guys, peace.